see here. Oh, oh my. Oh my goodness. Oh my pumpkin spices. What am I going to do? Oh, hello there. Welcome to Grandma Kitty's house. And I'm Grandma Kitty, of course. I have a bit of a dilemma going right now. You see this pan right here? There's a spider under it. And I was just checking in my spider book because before I try to get rid of the spider, I want to make sure that he's not harmful. So I was just checking in my spider book, and it looks like I might have a tarantula. Oh, what am I going to do with a tarantula? Oh my goodness. It's a good thing I have a rock here to hold my pan down. You don't think it's a tarantula? Well, I could give you a quick peek, but I'll tell you, it's got to be a very quick peek, because if that spider gets out from underneath that pan, Grandma Kitty will have to find someplace else to live. All right, so are you ready? Just a quick one, all right? Oh, that's a heavy rock. It's a good thing I put a heavy rock there. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know if I am. Where did he go? Oh my goodness, where did he could not have gotten out. I had a big rock on top. Where did he go? Ah! Ah! Did you see him? He was stuck to the top of the pan. Oh my goodness, he's a big one. Well, God made spiders, and I'm sure they have a purpose, but I don't know why they would want to be that big. My book says that they can grow to be almost 6 inches. I have a ruler here. Let me show you what 6 inches would be. 6 inches would be like this. Here, I've got a plate. This is a 6-inch plate. See? Can you imagine a spider that big? What would be the purpose of a spider that big? I just can't imagine. I've got to build up some courage to try to get rid of that spider and get him out of my house, but kill it? I don't want to kill it. No, God made spiders for a reason. There's got to be a reason for him. So I don't want to kill him. I mean, he doesn't deserve that either. His only crime, other than being a spider, is that he crawled into my house. And besides that, he might have a family that needs him. So no, I've got to come up with a different solution. I can't hurt him. He didn't do anything to me to deserve me hurting him. So I brought some books to try to help me out here. So this one here, this is an Eric Carle book, and it's The Very Busy Spider. So maybe that will help me. Let's just read through this, and maybe this will help me to build up some courage and understand spiders a little bit better. All right, The Very Busy Spider by Eric Carle. All right, here we go. Early one morning, the wind blew a spider across the field. A thin, silky thread trailed from her body. The spider landed on a fence post near a farmyard and began to spin a web with her silky thread. Now, this is a really neat book because you can actually feel her spider web. "Nay, nay," said the horse. "Want to go for a ride?" The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. See, her web's getting a little bit bigger. "Moo, moo," said the cow. "Want to eat some grass?" The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. "Bah, bah," bleated the sheep. "Want to run in the meadow?" The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Her web's getting bigger and bigger. "Meh, meh," said the goat. "Want to jump on the rocks?" The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. "Oink, oink," grunted the pig. "Want to roll in the mud?" The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Her web's getting bigger and bigger. "Woof, woof," barked the dog. "Want to chase a cat?" The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. It's starting to look like a spider web now. "Meow, meow," cried the cat. "Want to take a nap?" The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. "Quack, quack," called the duck. "Want to go for a swim?" The spider didn't answer. She had now finished her web. Look, it looks like a spider web, and you can feel it too. That's really cool. Cock-a-doodle-doo, crowed the rooster. Want to catch a pesky fly? And the spider caught the fly in her web, just like that. Oh, look at that. Maybe that's why she built her web, huh? Who, asked the owl, who built this beautiful web? The spider didn't answer. She had fallen asleep. It had been a very, very busy day. See, here she is up here in the corner sleeping. And there's her web. So isn't that a nice book? So I guess that's one thing that spiders are good for, good at catching flies. Although I don't think I'd want a house full of spider webs just so they could catch flies. I could find a better way to get rid of flies, I guess. Well, I still don't feel brave enough to deal with that spider. So I thought maybe we could do some finger play. Do you know, finger play is good for your fine motor skills. Do you know what fine motor skills are? Those are the things you do with your hands. Gross motor skills are things like running, jumping, hopping, and skipping, you know, big activities. But fine motor skills, those are things you do, little activities you do with your hands. Did you ever stop to think about how important your hands are? We use our hands for just about everything, don't we? What's something we use our hands for? Yeah, eating. What would we do without hands? If we wanted to eat, we'd have to eat like animals with just our mouths. That would be kind of messy, wouldn't it? Thankfully, we have hands, so we don't have to eat like dogs. What else? How about writing or coloring pictures for our grandmother? Those are things we can do with our hands. How about like clapping, you know, when you clap to a song or clap because you're happy? And waving. People wave different. Some people wave like this, and some people wave like this, and some people wave like this. But waving is a way to say hello, hi, and that's something you do with your hands. Do you know what I like to do with my hands? I like to tickle my grandchildren. I just love to hear my grandchildren laugh, so I just love to tickle my grandchildren. So we're going to do some finger play, and look, we have the Itsy Weensy spider. Now, some people call this the Itsy Bitsy spider. We're going to call it the Itsy Weensy, although Itsy Weensy they're not really words. So why use them if they're not words? Well, just because we can. You know, sometimes it's fun to just do silly things that don't really make sense, you know, things that are fun just because. But, you know, there's a rule to doing things that are fun just because, or doing things that are silly just because. It can't hurt anybody and it can't destroy any property. So if you wanted to call somebody a name just because you think it would be funny or silly or fun, it might hurt their feelings, right? So you don't want to call somebody a name just because it would hurt their feelings, and that wouldn't be very nice to do. Or here's another example. What if your neighbor built a snowman, and they made this big snowman, and they put a hat on it, and a scarf, and eyes, and a carrot nose, and a smile, and buttons, and you thought it would be fun or silly or, you know, just because to knock it down. Would that be nice? No, that would be destructive. They worked hard to build that snowman, and if you just knock it down, well, that's destroying property. So doing things that are fun or silly or just because they can't hurt anybody's feelings and they can't destroy any property, because then it's not just because or fun or silly. Then it's kind of mean, and we don't want to be mean. All right, so here's how we're going to do the finger play. All right, you gotta stick your thumb up in your finger and do the same thing with the other hand, only opposite, and you got to put it together so it kind of makes a square like that, or a rectangle, and then you just rotate it like this, and this is your spider, and he's climbing up the water spout. Now that's kind of tricky to do, and if you can't do it, you can just wiggle your fingers and pretend that this is your spider with all these legs moving around, and then make him just go up the water spout this way. All right, so are you ready? Let's see if I can do this again. Thumb to finger, finger to thumb, all right? The Itsy Weensy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the eensy weensy spider climbed up the spout again. All right, there's actually music that goes to that. I don't have the CD, but I can try to sing it for you if you want. So let's try that again, all right? The eensy weensy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the eensy weensy spider climbed up the spout again. All right, isn't that fun? And it gives your fingers some exercise. It's very important to keep your hands in shape because they do so much for us. So you can just wiggle your fingers or, do this kind of thing. Just keep your hands in shape and appreciate your hands because sometimes we take them for granted. All right, so I don't want to deal with that spider yet. I think I'm going to let him sit there a little bit longer. So why don't we do our move and groove? I brought the same song this time, and do you remember the song was Won't Worry About a Thing? And so Grandma Kitty's not going to worry about that spider while we do our move and groove. She's just going to let it sit right there. But, there's a lot of things in life to worry about. Life can be challenging sometimes. It can be a little bit difficult. You'll find out as you get older. There's really no point in worrying. Remember I told you last time that worrying is like rocking in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. So we're going to do the same song, and we're going to just pretend that we're birds. Have you ever seen a bird soaring up in the sky? They just look so relaxed and at ease up there, just floating along. Not a care in the world. They're not worried about anything, are they? Maybe about where they're going to get their next worm. I would like to be a bird soaring in the sky, but I wouldn't want to have to eat worms. That'd be kind of gross, wouldn't it? So we're going to just be birds and float along and not worry about anything while we do our move and groove. I'm going to change the motions a little bit. Last time I did my motions a little bit different, and I kind of felt like I was directing traffic, like you over there and you over here and you over here and you over here. And so I'm going to do things a little bit different this time. And you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you do. The important thing is just that you get up and move. Make your heart happy. You can't sit on the couch all day long. You got to get up and move and make that heart happy. So you can direct traffic if you want, or you can hop and dance and skip or fly like a bird with me, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you get up and move and groove because your heart needs you to do that. All right, so let's find our song here. All right, are you ready to move and groove with me? All right, here we go. Fly like a bird. I'm just gonna soar up in the sky and fly like a bird. I just think that would be so cool.
Free like a
Okay,
bird,
flap your wings like a bird.
not a cloud or a care for a million miles. I won't worry about a thing. God loves me and He loved me first. He rescued me when I was in a lurch, and I won't worry about a thing. And to the left I'll fly, fly, fly. To the right I'll glide, glide, glide. Oh, and I won't worry about a thing. I'm gonna swoop down low, low, low. Then I'll soar up high, high, high. Oh, and I won't worry about a thing. Free like
Flap your wings like a bird.
not a cloud or a care for a million miles. I won't worry about a thing. God loves me and He loved me first.
you do? Did you get up and move and groove with me and pretend you were soaring like a bird? That would be so nice to just float along on a breeze, just stretch your wings out there and glide along. I just think that would be so cool. All right, so let's do our bee basket now. Do you remember our bee basket? Our bee basket is things that we want to be. We want to be happy. Do you remember we talked about being happy and how you choose to be happy? Even when things aren't necessarily going the way you want, you choose to be happy. And just know that maybe, next time you'll get what you want, or next time things will go a little bit better for you. Remember we talked about being helpful, and remember little boy Blue who was asleep on the hay, and he wasn't very helpful, was he? But the little red hen, she worked really hard. And then remember at Christmas time we talked about being joyful, and that was like being happy, even more than being happy, just knowing that something good is going to happen and keeping that joyful spirit. Well, then last time we had the courageous bee, and let's see. Oh, it's still in here. And that's good, because that's something that Grandma Kitty is still working on. She's still trying to get up her courage to deal with this spider. So this is a good one for Grandma Kitty. So I brought a nursery rhyme that I wanted to read to you. And let's see. It's in the Golden Mother Goose book. So it's on page 32. And this is about Little Miss Muffet. Have you ever heard that one before? Little Miss Muffet. Here she is right here. Does she look happy? She does not look happy, does she? So let's read it together. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. That's why she's running away, because there's a spider. Now, if I had read this before, I would have said, oh, silly Miss Muffet, it's just a little spider. Why are you afraid of a little spider and running away? But then I got this big tarantula, 6-inch spider, and if that's what she saw, I don't blame her for running away. I'd run away too. I'd run away now, but I've got nowhere to run to. He's in my house, so I can't just run away. But I don't blame little Miss Muffet for running away if it was a big spider. If it was a little one, well, little spiders aren't really anything to be afraid of. But was she showing courage? Was she being courageous to run away? Not really. Maybe she ran to get her mom or dad to come help her with the spider, but running away doesn't really solve the problem. It's a temptation sometimes, but it doesn't really solve the problem. I can't just run away and go find someplace else to live and let the spider have my house. I got to live here, so I've got to figure out what to do with that spider. So let me think now. What can I do with the spider? Well, I've got an idea. Now you tell me if you think this will work. I have this pan, and I was thinking that maybe I take the rock off and I carefully slide this pan underneath the other pan, that maybe I can just lift it all up and get it to the door and hopefully get him out the door without dropping him. Do you think I can do it? I think I'll give it a try. So I'm going to try to be courageous, so wish me luck. All right, so here we go. Okay. You can do it, Grandma Kitty. You can do it. Come on, slowly. Carefully. Oh, I got him. All right, now you just got to hold on tight, and I got to get him to the door. All right, so you hold on. I'll be right back. I got to get him out the door and not drop him. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I did it. I did it. I got him out the door. Oh, I did it. Oh, my goodness. That took a lot of courage. I got him out the door. Now, I'll be all set if he remembers that he lives outside and I live inside. So if he stays outside, we're good. If he comes back in, we're going to have to figure out something else. Oh, my pans, where are my pans? They're outside. I left them on the front sidewalk. I'll get them later after he's crawled off. I hope that he crawls off a long, long way. If I look out and he's still out there, I'll just use the back door for a while. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, baby steps. You've got to take baby steps somewhere. Sometimes. Do you know what baby steps are? It's like when you're learning to walk and you just got to take little steps. They're little steps that you have to take to get where you need to go. You can't always get to your goal all at once. You've got to take these little steps to get there. So, hey, I was brave. I was courageous. I got him out the door. If I have to use the back door for a while, that's okay. Baby steps are all right. I don't mind baby steps. If you have to take baby steps to get to your goal, that's fine. At least you're making progress. All right, so I'll just worry about my pants later, and hopefully we've seen the last of him and he won't come back. So, here's our other sign. I just had to believe in myself. I just had to believe in myself that I could take care of that spider, and I did. I did it all by myself. So you need to believe in yourself too, and if you got someplace you want to go and you need to take baby steps to get there, just believe in yourself and take one little step at a time to get there. And then always remember to be the best you that you can be. And Grandma feels pretty good right now. Grandma Kitty feels pretty good that she did pretty good being the best you that she could be, because she got rid of that spider all by herself. I didn't have to call an exterminator or anybody to help me. I did it all by myself. So I'll tell you what, you take care and you stay healthy and safe and you be courageous. But remember that God made spiders for a reason, for whatever reason, if it's just nothing more to catch flies. God made spiders for a reason, so try to be nice to them. And if you see them, just be courageous like Grandma Kitty was, okay? So you take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.